It was a dark night when two mysterious, shrouded figures appeared in a quiet hillside village. The strangers knocked on every door, seeking food and shelter, but time and again they were turned away. At last, only one door remained, a small, weathered shack. An elderly couple, Baucis and Philemon, answered the thunderous knock. Though there was something unsettling about the visitors, the couple's nature was to help those in need. Philemon welcomed them inside, and the cottage seemed to warm as Baucis stirred the fading embers back to life. When they were young, Baucis and Philemon had fallen in love, married, and made this humble cottage their home. Decades later, it still stood as a testament to their enduring devotion. The strangers observed silently as Baucis knelt to nestle twigs beneath a battered pot of vegetables. Meat was a rare luxury, but in honor of their guests, Philemon carefully cut strips from an aging shank to enrich the stew. They offered cheerful conversation and even prepared hot baths, ensuring every need was met. Baucis used a shard of broken clay to balance the wobbly legs of the table, then rubbed its surface with mint until it smelled clean and fresh. Working in harmony, the couple transformed their simple provisions into a feast. Soon, the table was laden with food and the last of their precious sweet wine. Yet, as the night wore on, something strange began to happen. The guests drank heartily, but the clay vessel of wine never emptied. At first, Baucis and Philemon felt relief, but unease quickly followed. These were no ordinary travelers. These were gods in disguise. Fearing that their humble hospitality might not suffice, Baucis and Philemon looked for a greater offering. The only treasure they had left was the goose that guarded their home. Exhausted, they tried to catch it but were too slow and frail for the chase. Resigned, they prepared themselves for the gods' wrath. The strangers rose, shedding their tattered cloaks. Before the couple stood Zeus, ruler of the gods, and his son Hermes, the swift-footed messenger. Zeus declared that while the rest of the villagers had failed to show Xenia the sacred duty of hospitality, Baucis and Philemon alone had passed the test. He commanded them to follow, leading them up the nearest mountain. As they climbed, Baucis and Philemon looked back to see their village submerged beneath a swamp. Zeus and Hermes had punished the townsfolk for their cruelty, sparing only the couple's home. Grief and terror gripped the couple as they mourned their neighbors. Yet their sorrow turned to awe as their cottage transformed. It grew taller, its walls shimmering with marble, while its doors bore intricate carvings of legends. Their humble home had become a grand temple for the gods. Hermes smiled and asked if they had any wishes. After a quiet discussion, Philemon requested that he and Baucis be allowed to care for the temple. He also asked that when their time came, they might die together, so neither would face life without the other. The gods granted their wishes. For many years, the couple tended the temple and cared for each other with the same love they had always shared. One day, Baucis noticed leaves sprouting from her husband's hands. She looked down to find her own skin hardening into bark. Embracing one final time, they bid each other farewell. Where they had stood now rose two mighty trees, a linden and an oak, their branches intertwined forever. I remain your host, Myths and Legends. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share and also hit the follow button for more mystical stories.